Hey guys, it's Forestman here. Today I wanted to do a little tutorial on the challenge mode and how to get through all 7 waves. Now I'll go ahead and tell you now, I don't make it every single time. I'd say probably at least 80% of the time I'll get all 7 waves, but I'm not, by no means am I an expert at this. I know there's guys that are out there that are probably better than I am, but I can show you the tips that I use and the little tricks that generally will get me through it. First of all, whenever you're looking at, I usually choose heroes first. I got lucky this time. I got Soap is by far the most valuable hero in challenge mode. Also, Gideon is also very good to have, just because of his long distance range and his high firepower. And lastly, I'd probably go with Outrider because she does have the EMP as well as long distance and high damage. Instead of Outrider, I'll probably go with Yuri because he's a pretty high level and he has the EMP as well. So those will be the 3 heroes. I also like to use Harper because he also has a care package and the long distance and range and high power on him as well. When looking at the troops, really I'll choose anything but snipers and assault. So if those are options, they're automatically out. The most effective for me, especially when you have big hitter heroes, is your RD1s. I also always get Goliaths if they're available, because they can take out units from the hangars. And then the ASAMs are good for clearing a base. Also good to have some units that can actually attack at the turrets. So we'll go with the bots, siege bots for that. I've got one more choice. Kind of a tough choice there. I'd probably go with the Spec Ops because they destroy walls so quickly, and once they destroy the walls, if they've got a care package or already one behind them, they can actually do a lot of damage to a base. So I like to send those out in swarms. So I've got pretty much everything covered. I've got some base clearers, some turret attackers, some bots to take out the hangars, and RD1s to keep my human units and my heroes alive. So that's a pretty good setup. I think I'll be able to make it through the entire challenge with those units. Now in this first video, I'll probably only do the first 2 or 3 bases because obviously it's going to take a while to go through all of this stuff. For the first base, I'll probably just do two bases this time, then I'll split it up and I'll do the second 2 in a second video. Generally on this base, I will drop an RD1 first, and then I'll start with my hero, probably Gideon, over here on the bottom corner. He can take fire, and the RD1 can protect him from 1 sentry gun. Most likely not 2, though. I'll put my Soap close to him, and I'll send my Soap after one of the other sentry guns. So really, I'm just using my heroes to take out the weapons, which is also what I do in PvP. So it helps me out there. It's also easy or good keeping your heroes together so that one RD1 can keep them all alive. If you go to set off different heroes at different directions, just bring them all together, and then that way they're all protected by the RD1. If they get split up, sometimes the RD1 will only get one and it'll get stuck on that one and let other heroes die, so that's never good. Now using these heroes, once you have a couple of sentry guns taken out, the RD1s can protect the heroes while they destroy the base. Usually I'll try to bring them to this very, very corner here, especially the lower range ones, and then turn them on or attach them to the base. I'll do that with all of them, and right when they get close, I'll let go on the hanger. So kind of a trick here. Again, if you'll watch, I'll bring him out, I'll make him go that direction, and while he's walking, I'll grab his arrow and attach him to the base. That way, as soon as he gets to that very corner, I already have control of him, and I can make him attack the base right there. And I hope that made sense to you. It's kind of hard to explain. Basically, as they're walking towards that little tiny spot where the other heroes are, you want to go ahead and grab a hold of him and hold him on the base until he gets to that corner and then release it. That way he's attacking the base. At that point, those 3 heroes can take the base out pretty easily, and the only unit that you've deployed is 1 RD1. Alright, now let's take a look at our second base, Northern Territory. Another good thing to know on your bases is which ones have most of the mines and where they're at. Some, obviously there's a ton of mines, which is where soap really comes in handy. I don't believe there's many on this base. Honestly though, I couldn't tell you for sure. So what I'll do just to make sure is send a sweeper right down this attacking corner, and that was a terrible shot. But everything looks clear, so I think we're fine. I'll probably use a little EMP action here, and then throw out some of my siege bots. Start working on those. Turrets, don't really want to use too much of them. Really, you only need enough to get that first line of turrets down so that you can attach your heroes to the comm center or to the command center and have those guys start working. One thing to watch out for, and hopefully this may be happen in a different base than this one. Whenever there are mines, especially the anti-tank mines, if you're starting with the siege bots, whenever they first come onto the base, make sure that your heroes are nowhere near them, because one mine, if those guys set off one of those tank mines, it'll kill your heroes really fast. So be really careful when you're deploying your machine units, Goliaths, ASAMs, claws, all that good stuff. If they're about to break through a wall and your hero's right next to them, there could be a whole bunch of mines on the other side of that wall that'll kill your heroes really quick. So make sure they're not close together whenever you're doing your attacks. I can probably speed this up a little bit, send a couple of, there we go, didn't matter. Alright, I'm going to stop this video for now. On the next one, I'll probably just do the next 2 or 3 bases, that way we don't make them too long. But it will just be a continuation of this particular run. So everything that you see that I've used so far, I'll just pick it up in the next video. I'll see you guys then.